President Trump addressing rising tension with Iran last night ahead of tomorrow's high-stakes talks in Geneva.
He also spoke to lawmakers about his ongoing push for peace in Ukraine. Stephanie Bennett joins us now from London with all the details. Hi, Stephanie.
Good morning. Yeah, President Donald Trump says he wants to resolve this standoff with Iran through diplomacy, but also emphasized that he will never let them have a nuclear weapon.
My preference is to solve this problem through diplomacy. But one thing is certain, I will never allow the world's #1 sponsor of terror, which they are by far, to have a nuclear weapon. Can't let that happen. And no nation should ever doubt America's resolve. We have the most powerful military.
Now, the president said he could take military action if no deal is reached over Iran's nuclear program. The U.S. is increasing its military presence around the region, and the U.S. State Department ordered all non-essential staff to leave its embassy in Beirut. While Iran has warned it will retaliate if attacked, with U.S. bases in the region seen as potential targets. Meanwhile, anti-government protests in Tehran continued for the fourth day. Both sides will hold talks in Geneva tomorrow.
After midnight hammer, they were warned to make no future attempts to rebuild their weapons program, and in particular, nuclear weapons. Yet they continue, starting it all over. We wiped it out, and they want to start all over again, and are at this moment again pursuing their sinister ambitions. We are in negotiations with them. They want to make a deal, but we haven't heard those secret words. We will never have a nuclear weapon.
The president also mentioned the war in Ukraine, which marked 4 years since Russia's invasion yesterday. President Trump told lawmakers they're working to resolve the war, fighting for peace wherever he can. Now, reports suggest President Trump wants to reach a peace deal by the 4th of July. We have heard from the Kremlin, who said they'll keep fighting until its goals are achieved. Todd, Carly?
Stephanie Bennett live for us in London. Stephanie, thank you. Let's bring in senior fellow at the Independent Women's Forum and member of the Council on Foreign Relations, Dr. Kanta Ahmed. And Dr. Ahmed, let's start in Iran. The president, crystal clear, no nuclear weapon. Did Iran finally get that message, or are they so dug in at this point to their own destruction?
In President Trump's masterful speech, he was nothing but transparent about the choices Iran has to make. And I'd say actions speak louder than words. We have 1/3 of the U.S. Navy in the region. We have tremendous air power in the region. Our allies are all on notice. I think we're on the threshold of open conflict.
Interesting. Did you see last night's speech in any way, shape, or form having a material impact on tomorrow's talks in Geneva? Or quite frankly, Dr. Ahmed, is tomorrow in Geneva going to be same old, just going around in circles with ultimately, like you said, conflict being the answer?
I think the United States has been extraordinarily patient with this regime. But the United States, and you saw all the ordinary Americans that were honored at the State of the Union, are a nation of decency. And the atrocious mass murder of 30,000 plus Iranians, the president mentioned, almost 400,000 people maimed, blinded, is not acceptable to us as ordinary Americans. Yeah. And so the Iranians are out of time. What was very significant was Marco Rubio's meeting with leaders in Congress and Senate, closed doors, immediately before the State of the Union. And so the Iranians will probably think that they can talk their way out of this, but the options for this regime are out, and the United States is poised for what is going to be a rescue of 93 million Iranians hostage to this tyranny.
I'm really glad you mentioned Marco Rubio's address to Congress before the president's address to Congress. He also delayed his meeting with Benjamin Netanyahu in Israel until Monday. It was supposed to be on Saturday. We also moved 12 F-22s to a base in Israel yesterday, and we evacuated non-essential personnel from Lebanon, from the Lebanon embassy as well. With that in mind, could we see the United States strike Iran as soon as this weekend?
Well, we have also India's prime minister on a 2-day visit now in Israel. Very important bilateral relationship involving defense and technology between the two nations. So Prime Minister Modi will be leaving, I think, tomorrow or Friday. And we have an auspicious anniversary in the Jewish calendar approaching on the 1st or 2nd of March, which commemorates the survivorship of Jewish people from a Persian genocide in ancient Persia. So we are absolutely on the threshold. This president is a president for peace, but there can be no peace while we have a belligerent Iran that targets its entire region and shows no contrition. It shows no retreat from its ambitions.
Dr. Kanta Ahmed.
I also want to say that the president has a remarkable legacy we're seeing building now, but something that also could happen. This is an enormously high stakes decision he's taking.
Of course.
If it goes well, which I believe it will, we are going to reverse this 25 years of America being seen as unsuccessful in supporting the rights and future of a peace-loving Middle East.
Sure.
I think we're about to change that in an extraordinary way.
It would be historic. Dr. Kanta Ahmed, great insight as always. Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.